talk about self-sabotage today. Now, I'm all too familiar about self-sabotage. I have been doing this for many years. I would say that I don't do this anymore, which is why I can talk about it now, because it's something that I feel I went through and I understood it and learned to understand it, and now moving on from it and not doing it anymore, I'm able to talk about it. So I've been experiencing self-sabotage for quite a while, whether it's been through food, body image issues, success, even relationships. So what is self-sabotage? I feel that it's when you want something really, really bad, and it's a goal that you have and that you set for yourself, but then you do everything in your power to make sure that it doesn't happen. And I've experienced this all too well. I was a high-level competitor, figure competitor, competed in the Olympia, the Arnold's for many years, and there was times through my prep when I would binge eat, and we've talked about binge eating before, and it's something that I used to do, and I do believe that it is part of the whole self-sabotage. It's one of those things, it's like, hey, it's like you have one flat tire, and then you go and you slash the other 3 tires. Why would you do that? Why don't you just fix the one tire? I would have a bite of something, and then that would turn into the snowball effect, and I would binge on everything, and then set myself back. And I would go through shame, guilt. Obviously, it's not good for your body to do things like that. So I don't know what I was afraid of. I don't know if I was afraid of succeeding. I don't know if I was afraid of doing well, or if I was afraid of failing, because I made sure that I made it as hard as I could on myself. And I don't know why I did that. I had to really evaluate why I would self-sabotage. I know a lot of people that I work with, clients that I work with, self-sabotage. They come in, they're so excited to lose weight. They want to lose weight. I can see it in their eyes. I can hear it in their voice. And then they go home, they get comfortable, they have a bad day, they start feeling sorry for themselves, relationship issues, family issues, they turn to food, knowing that it's only going to set them back. So self-sabotage, wanting something so badly and doing everything in your power to make sure it doesn't happen. So how do we stop this? How do we stop self-sabotage? Well, first of all, you have to recognize that you're doing it. You can't be in denial about it. You have to recognize why you're doing it and when you do it. The why can be different for everybody. For me, the why was I was afraid to be happy. I was afraid to be healthy. I was afraid to succeed. When it came to relationships and self-sabotage, and I have done this, and it's pushing people away when all they want to do is be part of your life and love you and be with you. And you pick fights and you push them away, knowing that you're still going to feel bad about it, knowing that you want them in your life, but you're making it super hard on yourself because maybe you feel like you don't deserve happiness. Well, I can assure you, you deserve happiness. I deserve happiness. And I know that, and I came to that realization, like, everybody deserves to be happy. So why self-sabotage? And I can go on a whole slew of talks when it comes to relationships, but I'm not going to do that because we are talking about fitness and health. So what are we going to do to stop self-sabotage? Well, no late night snacking, okay? So I am guilty of this. I have gotten up in the middle of the night and binge ate and on all these foods because I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to sleep anyway and wake up leaner. And that doesn't really happen. I think it happens because then I can just go to sleep and it's just going to erase everything. Well, that's not the case. It won't erase anything. It'll just build and build and build. So no late night snacking. Number 2, impulse eating. So none of this, okay? Impulse eating is eating when you're bored, eating when there really is no reason to eat. So you have to recognize your hunger. Recognize, is it hunger or is it boredom? Or are you really craving something, or is it just something that you feel you need because you feel deprived? So stop the impulse eating. Number 2, portion control. Okay, so this is super important. This falls along the lines of binging. Binging is not good. Overeating is not good. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're eating the right amounts for us. I know lots of people out there follow a macro type diet, which is great, or making sure that you get a good ratio of protein, carbs, and fats. Whatever you might do for your meal plan or for how you eat, portion control is super important. So this one's a big one because this one falls under what I do, but avoid emotional eating. Okay, so this is super important. Do not eat because you're sad. Don't eat when you're stressed. We use food for social functions, so eating when we're happy, which is normal, it's okay, but if we start associating that every time that we are sad or go through a breakup or feeling bad for ourselves or stressed or depressed, and we turn to food, we're going to gain a lot of weight and we're going to be very unhealthy individuals. So try not to associate food with how we feel, okay? So healthy versions of things that you love. So if you like a certain food, find a healthier version of it. You like cheese? Well, find alternatives. If cheese is hurting your stomach but you keep eating it, you got to change some things up, okay? What else? Let's see. Watch the shopping cart. This is huge. Do not grocery shop when you're hungry. I've done this many times, and I buy something out of hunger, and I tell myself, I'm just going to have one, and I go home, and I eat the whole thing, okay? So do not eat when you're hungry, do not go shopping when you're hungry, so that you know and you're assured that you're gonna buy everything on your grocery list versus veer off the grocery list, okay? And this one's huge because I'm guilty of it, but no more excuses. We can think of every excuse in the book as to why we can't work out or why we can't do certain things. Bottom line, you want something, you have a goal, you have to be consistent in getting there. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, then everybody would do it, right? We all know that saying. But no more excuses. This is your life. Take control of your life. I had to take control of my life in order to be happy, in order to be healthy. So I encourage all of you to take control of your life. Take your power back. You all have this innate power inside of you to make a difference in your life, to feel better, to be happy. You only get this life once, and it is my mission to not only make myself happy and to feel happiness and create happiness in my life, but to inspire and help others as well. So thank you so much for listening. No more self-sabotage. You got this. I know you do. Thanks so much.